What's going on, car family? I'm Ben Wayne. Thanks for joining me in another video. Today I'm cruising in the 2022 BMW X3 M Competition, and this SUV is truly a beast. But before I get into the performance characteristics and how it rides, let me go ahead and tell you guys what the exterior color is called, because I've had this for a week and nonstop have had people ask me about the color. So it's called Brooklyn Gray Metallic. Reminds me a little bit of a Nardo Gray, but with a metallic flake. It looks stunning on this vehicle. And of course, the interior, as you can see, is done in red. So the X3, if you're looking for detailed overviews on the X3, check out my video I already produced on the standard model, which this X3 M Competition is based off of, to find more detail on that. But if you're here for the power, this is the right video. So first off, let me downshift. I got this thing in sport mode. This car is amazing. So underneath the hood is BMW's straight six twin turbocharged power plant. That's giving us 503 horsepower, 479 pound-feet of torque, 0 to 60 in 3.9 seconds. That's connected to an 8-speed automatic transmission there for you. And it's just wonderful in this vehicle. Now, one thing I did notice is that since this is a heavier vehicle than, let's say, an M3, it takes a little bit more effort to get it moving, right? This car weighs about 600 pounds more than the M3. This is a full SUV here that we're talking about. And 0 to 60 in 3.9 for an SUV is quite respectable, as one could easily imagine. Goodness gracious, this car just picks up so quickly. So, of course, from the front, you're getting the traditional kidney grille, nothing huge up front yet. It's done in black because this vehicle features the BMW Shadowline specification. I think it works extremely well in this application. Of course, you're getting the daytime running lamps and laser headlamp technology as well. You guys are familiar with this vehicle. Gosh, this thing is quick. The brakes are extremely responsive in this vehicle. Up front, you're getting 15.5-inch rotors. In the back, you're looking at about 14.5-inch rotors. So one thing I noticed right off the bat is that this vehicle is extremely stiff and the ride is really firm. So there are a couple reasons for that. There's bracing throughout this entire vehicle. If you open up the hood, you'll see you have a brace from shock tower to shock tower, and then you have 2 additional braces from the shock tower to the front of the vehicle. Now, along the firewall, there's another brace there as well, and underneath the car and the rear, there's additional bracing there. So stiffness is the name of the game. Now, adding to that firm ride, you do have revised bushings and the X3M Competition when compared to the standard X3. And in addition to that, since this is a competition model, this is fitted with 21-inch wheels as opposed to the 20-inch wheels. So that's going to create, I want to say, a harsher ride or a more firm ride as compared to other X3 models. And you truly feel the difference. Let me downshift here. Oh man, this car moves. This car truly moves. So the performance here and the fun factor is just out of this world in this vehicle. And what you're getting for $86,000, I know it's not cheap, is a vehicle that kind of is able to perform multiple functions. Back in the day in the 90s, if you wanted something fast, you had to get a sports car. Today, that is obviously not the case, because you have SUVs and sedans that are giving you killer 0 to 60 times. They really are. 0 to 60 in 3.9 in anything back in the day was impressive, but now we have SUVs that are doing it, which is just crazy. So coming along the side profile, you have those beautiful 21-inch wheels. Again, you'll see the black accents from that Shadowline specification as well. And then, of course, you have black roof rails to match as well. Traditional X3 proportions, just beefier and sexier. You know, those brakes stand out from those 21-inch wheels as well. Coming towards the back, of course, all LED tail lamps. You open up that rear hatch, you're going to be greeted by 28.7 cubic feet of storage. Drop the second row, that's giving you 62.7 cubic feet of storage. So again, you do have that practicality there. Let me go ahead and downshift again. I can't get enough. This car is just crazy. It's just insane. And it sounds amazing as well, too. I just can't get over how it just throws you back in your seat. Now, being honest, there is a slight bit of turbo lag, but just as quickly, this car wakes up like that. So you'll feel that turbo lag initially, and then the car just wakes up and just launches you. The acceleration in this vehicle is just truly beautiful. It's just truly brutal. So, discussing the interior a little bit, the cabin is what you would expect from BMW. There's nothing shocking here. Fit and finish, 10 out of 10. Everything looks nice and feels nice. So as you can see, we have the red leather seats here. These seats do have 3 levels of heating. This particular X3 isn't optioned with the cooling features. That is available, but this one doesn't have it. You do have carbon fiber accents everywhere, which look nice. A lot of people are going for the open pore wood trim as well, or a matte carbon. I would have liked to see a matte carbon here. Sometimes if carbon fiber is too glossy on the interior, it can look a little fake, even though it's the real deal. I was discussing that with a friend earlier who I gave a ride in this. Of course, you do have a nice large touchscreen display system. This shows you your Apple CarPlay, your Android Auto. Both are wireless. I really love how it's wireless. Of course, you have wireless charging here as well. Just drop your phone there. You can charge and get the Android Auto and Apple CarPlay without hooking up. So I love that feature there. The steering wheel, done in black leather, feels nice in my hands. The paddles are nice. I wish the paddles were made out of a metal so they would be cold to the touch. Gives you a little higher sense of quality. But overall, they are nice. They don't feel cheap, but that's just something I've noted. Behind the steering wheel, of course, I do have a thin film transistor display, giving you all the information that you could ever want. And of course, you have a head-up display too that gives you all the information you need. So if you're on the phone, it will display that on the head-up display. If you're switching radio stations, it will display that as well. BMW has some of the, or one of the best head-up display systems I've seen in vehicles to date. Let's do another quick pull here. This thing is crazy, and the brakes just clamp down and bring this vehicle to a stop so quickly. I love how responsive that is. This is just out of this world, how much power this vehicle has. Going over to the second row, seating is what you expect back there. I did note that there are some USB ports back there as well. So the people riding in the second row aren't really facing poverty like they do in some SUVs who leave those amenities out. So that is available as well. And of course, you have a huge panoramic roof with an electronic shade as well. So the interior is done really nicely. That was the fuel stop suggestion. Like I said, I like to return these cars with barely any fuel in the tank, and especially vehicles like this one, because it's just against my religion to return a vehicle like this with a half tank of gas still left in it. So since fuel prices are climbing, I guess I might as well mention that. What you're looking at here is about 15 city and 20 highway. I know that's not a lot, but that is what you get with a performance vehicle like this one. So with that being said, I know the typical buyer of this vehicle isn't exactly looking for the most fuel efficient thing on the street. This is a fun vehicle and a practical vehicle. You're not buying this for fuel efficiency. So guys, let me know what you think about this vehicle in the comments section. What do you think about the color? I think the color is truly stunning on this vehicle. I would say that this is one of the better colors I've gotten in quite some time. Just the way that this thing, the transmission in here is really good. You know, there's some vehicles out there that have a great power plant, but then the transmission just lets the car down. It's too laggy. That is not the case in this. You can see how instantaneous the shifts are. They're almost seamless, and it pairs really well with this X3. So guys, for $86,000, this one could be yours. Let me know what you think about this one. Please be sure to weigh in. If you want to see the review I did on the standard BMW X3, that's available as well. I'll probably drop the link to that in the description. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And until next time, I'm Ben Wayne, the automotive reviewer that YouTube deserves.